And we're live. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Slay the Season Live. I'm Stacy with Red Sleigh Workshop. Thank you guys for being here. And today we have some really special guests with us. We have we have of course Patrick with Red Sleigh Workshop. He's here. Patrick's the executive vice president. And if you've ever met Patrick, you'll know that he definitely has a lot to say about commercial Christmas. Um, and let's see here. Trying to find my notes here. All right. And we also have Michael Simmons joining us from High Tech Lights. And he has become one of like the biggest, most respected people in this industry when it comes to lighting and innovative business and education and all of that. And what I appreciate a lot about him is that he understands the installer side of it as well as the product side. That's like a really big deal. So can you guys, if you're watching live, go ahead and put any questions you have on Facebook. Patrick's in charge of that side of it. So he could help answer questions. And we also have Joyce from Christmas Expo. She's here too. And she's here and sorry, I'm letting someone else in this room here. There we go. All right. So she's helped create one of the biggest events in the holiday decorating industry, the Christmas Expo. And we'll learn more about that today. But what it is it brings together the installers, the commercial decorators, the residential decorators, the DIYers, retailers, everyone, all the enthusiasts in one place. This year it's happening in Dallas, Texas. And Joyce has played a huge role in creating this event where all these relationships are built, where people can get together, businesses can grow, people can get to know each other and really like have that energy. So Joyce, Michael, Patrick, thank you all for being here today. I'm so excited to get going with you guys. Just some quick housekeeping before we get started. If you're in here with us as a participant, welcome. We're on Facebook Live, so if you don't want to come on camera, don't go on your camera, but you're welcome to go turn your camera on and join us in the conversation. If you have questions, put them in the chat in Zoom or on Facebook Live. Also, we'd love to hear where you guys are from. So everyone who's joining us, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and drop your company name, the city you're watching from. If you're in the Christmas business or not, or if you've been in it for many seasons, put how many seasons you've been in this business in the conversation on Facebook. We'd love to hear more about you. And please share this with people that need to see this, need to learn about the Christmas Expo. We'd love to get to know you better. And even if this is replay, put it in there because we watch it, we get all the comments and we see it, all of the different comments that come through. So I'm just going to start out with Patrick. I did a quick introduction to him, but he's my business partner and he's one of my favorite people to work with in this industry. The calm in my storm, as I like to say, because if you know me, you know I have a lot of storms happening and because I do a million things at once. There's the eye roll. Thank you. Um, but one thing that I love is that he doesn't just talk about it, like he does the work too, right? He's been out there, he lives it, he understands what it means to get the work done, and he's willing to help other people. And that's why I really appreciate him and him being here. So, Patrick, you want to introduce yourself a little bit and so people know who you are and what you do here at Red Sleigh Workshop.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Russell, the Executive Vice President and co-founder of Red Sleigh Workshop. Um, like Stacy said, I'm more of the logistics, shipping, all the business side of Red Sleigh Workshop. She does all the Christmas stuff, and I've been helping with that and learning, all the 20 something years of knowledge that Stacy has. So it's been a fun year, and yeah, I just love jumping in and helping out with projects and installers and doing all the crazy stuff that we do, especially during the install season. It's, no install's ever the same, so you got different challenges, and to me, it's just so much fun to get a challenge and find the best option and, move forward with a really good plan of action. So that's logistics, I guess, is my specialty. So yeah, excited to be here, excited to talk to Michael and Joyce and Stacy. Um, and whoever else has comments or questions. I see we got Jacob in here and Shelly. Um, we got Linda Wright is watching on Facebook, so I'm
Hi,
sure
Mom.
she'll have some great questions. But Yeah,
That's funny.
real excited. We're, Christmas Expo is a couple weeks away. We're, super excited. I know I'm going to be teaching a couple classes. Stacy is, and really just trying to get as many people there as we can to learn and have a successful season and just make the show a success.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Mhm.
Michael, I gave you a little bit of an intro as well. But like I said, I really appreciate how much you do want to help people and educate them. And I've heard a lot of your, you talk speaking live at different events. So just tell us a little bit about your company, what you do, and what you're going to be doing at the expo. Just a quick version because we're going to get into it later, but just a little introduction about you and who you are.
Well, Michael Simmons. I'm with High Tech Lights as well as Tune 2 Technologies. High Tech Lights is a basically a one-stop boutique shop of anything having to do with animated, synchronized Christmas lights for Christmas, special events, other holidays, and such. And Tune 2 is a new platform that is basically an alternative for guests at a drone show or at a Christmas light drive-through show to listen to the music instead of through traditional FM radio or through outdoor speakers and such. So, thank you.
So, were you also on any type of like shows that have to do with Christmas in the past?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been on TV a lot. Yeah. So I was on the Great Christmas Light Fight season one. I was one of the guinea pig families for that. And also before that, I was on national TV live on the CBS's early show, early morning news show, where they named my home display best Christmas light display in America on Christmas Day back in 2010, I think that was. So that was one of the best Christmas presents I ever received was doing that. So super super happy with that. But yeah, forgot about
Yeah,
those.
so
Thanks.
if anybody Googles right now, Google's his name on there, you'll find those videos on the web. So that's
Yeah,
great. Thank you so much for the introduction and telling us more about
sure.
yourself. I appreciate that. And Joyce and our special guest Joyce from Christmas Expo. She's like I said, she's helped create this expo. And Joyce, thank you so much for being here and everything you do for our industry. Just go ahead and give us a little background about yourself, and so people can get to know you. And sorry, guys, her camera is off today, technical difficulties, but she is really here, and she's a real person. So go ahead, Joyce.
Thank you so much, Stacy, for having me today. I really appreciate it. I am having technical difficulties. That's why I am not a lighting installer. I leave that to all the experts. Christmas Expo was created by Chuck Smith from Planet Christmas in 2003. I acquired the show in 2012 and produced the first event called Christmas Expo in 2013. Expo is unusual because we move around the country. Every year we're in a different location that allows us to bring new people into the fold and get them excited about holiday lighting. So that's really exciting for vendors and other attendees to meet new people as we're moving around. I'm excited to be coming to Dallas. Thank you so much for the opportunity to work with Red Sleigh this year. I appreciate that. And we're looking forward to a great event.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that introduction. So, I guess this is for I'm going to ask Michael. So, for someone who's never been to Christmas Expo, what would you say to them? What exactly is it?
Well, Christmas Expo this year is they've done a pivot. Basically, originally the show had been for DIY residential decorators that either decorated inside or decorated outside. Um, and this year it is basically taking up what its name is, Christmas Expo, to basically being the Christmas Expo, which is everything Christmas. So we're going to have commercial installers, residential installers, interior decorators, anyone that that does anything Christmas needs to go to Christmas Expo. You're going to have vendors there. You're going to have educational classes for all of that. So not only are they going to have the DIY residential courses that they normally have, they're going to have the residential installers if you want to learn how to be a residential installer or you already are a residential installer. Same with commercial installers. And for those that want to learn about interior decorating, that's going to be there as well. And last but not least, there is a Spanish installer track. So all those installers that are Spanish speaking, I believe this is the first time that this has ever been put towards it in a convention like this. Is there's going to be training for those Spanish installers specifically, which I'm not Spanish speaking, but I'm really looking forward to see how well that goes.
Definitely, that's something that's brand new and innovative this year that no one's done before, as far as I know,
Yep,
especially for that Spanish speaking population.
exactly.
All right. So Patrick, tell us a little bit about the classes you're going to be teaching at Expo this year.
So I think on the last live we talked about I was going to be doing the projection mapping. So there's a couple different projection mapping softwares out there. The one that we're going to be focusing on is Illumibot. So it's going to be an intro. It's not going to get super technical. It's just going to, show the capabilities, talk about what our company, our sister company, Monarch Projection does, what kind of equipment we use, and how we see it, going to be able to benefit the installers and the DIYers for their Christmas displays at home or commercial. And then we're actually, I just got trained on company Omni. They have these C9 RGB lights that are app controlled. And so, yeah, so I'm going to be teaching a class on those. Um, just kind of got that all dialed in here yesterday, the day before. So we've done a couple installs out here in Texas and Shirts and San Antonio. Um, so yeah, we're gonna have offers there for DIYers to buy their own kits, and then also um, I'm sure some installers are going to want to learn some more and get certified so that they can, go out and sell them. So I'm just going to talk about the possibilities, show the controls, the couple jobs that we've done, and just I really think the RGB C9s they're at such an affordable price point. They're really gonna it's the next big thing in the industry for residential especially. So excited to talk about that and be able to, you know, show everybody there all the stuff that it can do.
Yeah, so for anyone who follows Red Sleigh Workshop on Instagram or TikTok, which is a spot that we've been using a lot lately, you would have seen the video from yesterday where I was up on top of this metal roof putting up
Yeah.
these C9 lights. It was hilarious because I don't do that type of work. Thank you, Patrick, by the way, for putting me up
Yeah,
there. That
it
was
was it was it was fun. I mean, all of us installers and DIYers, we've been putting up lights for a long time. Where Stacy's really good at designing, selling. She's really good at installing, but she really hasn't done a lot of residential stuff. So
zero,
we got to
just my
this
house.
job and
Yeah.
and it's fun to have a helper to like, do anything you need while you're up on the roof. And she just got up there and I was like, perfect, I will not say no to just being on the ground. So she got up there, she did a great job and really someone with zero residential experience, we got what was it, 150 feet done in an hour. And that was like, showing up. Yeah, I mean, plugging it in, um, having a couple jumps. So she got up there and got 150 feet done in an hour. So it really shows you how easy this stuff is. And
It really should have been 30 minutes though, because it's magnetic lights. I was
yeah,
scared though on the roof.
Oh, you were using Lightmetics, huh?
No,
well,
no,
we're
the
using
clips.
What?
magnetic
Mhm.
clips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so it
Oh,
clips.
was,
you were using the mill. Okay, yeah, yeah. Same.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
very
clips. Yeah,
still.
there were
Yeah.
no brand clips because they're made. Patrick just got them last minute.
they're just
Oh,
generic. Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
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 Generic clips.
nice.
Yeah.
Google misled me. The customer wanted lights, so I Google Earthed it, and it was a shingle roof. And then I called them and said, "All right, yep, we got it all measured. Um, we'll use these shingle, these clips that go on the shingles." And they were like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, no, we have a metal roof." And I was like, "Oof." So I had to
Wow, that's
quickly get clips within about 2 days. So
Yeah.
So they're no brand. They did a great job. Um, but yeah, so Stacy got to mess around with get on a metal roof and do 150 feet of Omni C9. So she did a really good job.
Oh, great.
Especially after the first like 30 feet, you kind of figure out a rhythm. And so yeah, it was fun for me. I get to do all the groundwork, which is fun. So
I just
um,
pretended like I was not on a roof because if I looked down, I would have been scared. So I just kept my balance and sat down and did
Nice.
it. But yeah, anyway, that's what
yeah, so
happened.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
he's
teaching
gonna
a
be
class
talking about
about
those
that.
lights too.
But it is, I mean, it is a testament to how easy they are to set up and install. Because, like, say, Stacy has zero residential. I think last year we did the lights on her house, and you know, that was the first time I think you used commercial um, commercial socket line and clips and all that stuff. So she did pretty good. And then this year, you know, yesterday doing her second roof, um, she did really well. But it just shows how easy it is, and it kind of gets rid of the whole when you're ordering for the season, you need to order how many reds, how many greens, how many warm white, how many cool white. It's really taken all that out of it, and it's pretty affordable. It's not much more than ordering regular C9, so that's why we're really excited about it. It just and then you can you get an extra month out of it. Normally you put your lights up after Halloween, or you don't turn them on until November 1st. You can install these the end of September and do fall and Halloween colors all month of October. So you kind of get an extra month out of them. So that's, we're really excited about that.
Yeah, so that was amazing. Thank you for that, Patrick. That
Mhm.
experience. I needed that, I guess, just so I can know how these installers that I like boss
Well,
around on jobs feel. What I feel
Well,
like
yeah, and
a
that's that's
taskmaster.
that's that's one of the reasons why I was happy she was up there is because we talk with residential installers all the time, and she really doesn't have any experience, and that's where I come in. I have all of the experience with the residential installers, so having her jump up there and actually get a feel for what it's like installing lights on a residential roof, she kind of she's done it twice now, so I'm not saying she can. Um, understand everything you're talking about, but she's done it a couple times now, so she kind of gets the idea of what a regular install and she helped me with the install we did the day before. So she's done the groundwork, she's done the roof work. So she's only got about 50 more roofs to do until she can really relate.
Well, let's get Joyce in here for a minute. Joyce, like I know that you just shared your journey about how you became part of Christmas Expo, and thank you for that. Um, but let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen this year as far as the vendor side goes. I know that's exciting. We have a bunch of new vendors that are coming out that haven't been here before. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Certainly. We typically have around 20 vendors at every Christmas Expo. The exhibit hall is pretty curated so that we're sure that we get a wide variety of vendors with a lot of different offerings. This year, I'm happy to announce that about half of the vendors, or a little more, are new to Christmas Expo. So if you're a previous attendee, you're going to see a lot of new faces. And if you've never been to Christmas Expo, you're going to be exposed to a lot of different people with maybe items that you've not seen in the marketplace yet. You'll be able to touch them, feel them, talk to the companies, and find out what they're all about.
That's great. Yeah. And so we also have all the different training that Michael touched on a little bit. Joyce, what was your thought behind that this year with the expo?
Well, as Michael explained, it's called Christmas Expo for a reason. This year, we just decided that it was time to expand and include all sides of the Christmas industry. And that's why we added the commercial installers, the residential installers, indoor decorating, as well as DIY and the Spanish speaking installers. It really is going to incorporate every aspect, and you will learn from everybody who's there, whether it's a DIYer talking to an installer or installer talking to a DIYer. There's a lot of information to share, and this is going to be the place we're going to be able to do that.
Great. So, um, so when we were going to, if someone's registering for the expo, they can just get a vendor pass, or do they have to register for certain classes? Like, can you talk about that a little bit? How would somebody sign up?
So registration
Chris?
is available on our website at christmasexpo.com. There are a number of different choices. We have what we call pre-show intensive classes. If you want to learn about X lights, if you want to learn programming in LOR, or if you want to learn more about indoor decorating and how to start a business in indoor decorating, those three classes are being offered on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of Christmas Expo week in Dallas. On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are the classes for the general public. Um, a full pass for Christmas Expo is $325 and includes any of the 1 hour or 1.5 hour installer classes that are being offered. The only thing that's a little higher priced is the commercial installer. That's at $425. However, we do sell vendor passes. Those are walk up that day that you attend and buy them right at the registration counter. And the public is invited to come in and see what is available. And it's also cash and carry.
Okay, so for someone who's not been to a cash and carry, what does that mean?
That means that if you see something in a vendor booth, it's for sale and you can pay them right there and walk out with it in your arms and take it home and love on it until you install it at Christmas time.
That's great.
They're products, not the vendors, though. I mean, you could buy me pretty cheap, but it might be hard to carry me out to the car. I'm 6'3". I'm a big guy, so
It's the
uh,
loving on you, Patrick, that we're
yeah,
concerned about.
Well,
yeah,
he needs it.
yeah.
Patrick, can you take over some questioning for a minute? I'm going to try to get for some reason, Facebook is only showing to my friends. I want to get this video going to the public, to the world. So someone just messaged me saying that they couldn't watch it. So let me do that for just a second. If you can take over some questioning, I'll be back in just a minute, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, so a couple questions that I have, or I know some people might have, is as far as X lights. I don't know a whole lot about X lights, so Michael or Joyce, can you talk about X lights a little more?
I'm going to
So
flip that to our technical advisor, Michael.
Perfect.
I'll be more than happy to. Well, basically, there's several different lighting, sequencing packages out there for those that want to do animated lighting or synchronized lighting. Um, Two of the more well-known ones that are widely used is X Lights and Lightorama, or LOR, or LOR for short. Just so happens to be that at Christmas Expo, there's going to be two different workshops or intensives being offered. One is for X Lights training, and the other one is for Lightorama training. And so they're both going to be there at Expo. They're both, I believe, 3-day events,
Wow.
where you'll basically learn from some of the best instructors of those systems there, and be able to have a bunch of Q&A that's hands-on. You bring your laptop or your computer, and you learn hands-on on how to use those products. It's not just for the residential or the DIYers, you commercial installers that want to learn, commercial and both the residential installers, you want to learn about being able to sequence and being able to sell those high profit margin jobs. Go to Christmas Expo.
And these are those, if I'm pretty sure I know. I mean, we've talked about it before. It's, when you see it on the news or on Facebook and stuff, it's you pull up to someone's house and they got all the lights going everywhere. They have trees and all these different things, and then you use the Tune2 app and you get to listen to the music, and it does all that stuff. So that's the X lights and the lore, what they're teaching there, correct?
E-
And
exactly,
then
that's
and
correct,
then like
Patrick.
if you go to a drive-through, a Christmas drive-through or walk-through,
Yep,
they have all that
do the
there
same thing.
also.
Yep,
And then
exactly.
I know you talked or Joyce mentioned interior, which um, you know Stacy is great at, and I am horrible at. I'm a resident. I mean, I'm a commercial installer, but I always have a residential mind of just put a bunch of lights on it and garland and wreaths. So,
Yeah.
do either one of you want to talk about Heather and what she does? I know she has the Christmas Design Institute, and what kind of classes and stuff is she going to be teaching? Or did you say she had some pre-show classes as well?
She does. We're doing 6 days of interior decorating. So
Wow.
if there's anything that you want to learn, to come to Christmas Expo to find out. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Heather is doing an intensive, and it is very focused on how to decorate, how to use props and so forth in high-end luxury homes. And she's teaching how to get into the business. Christmas
Mhm.
Design Institute tells you that you can make six figures in 6 weeks by interior decorating. Then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Heather will be giving 12 different interior decorating classes. They're 1 hour in length. And it's on everything from how to make a bow, how to take Hobby Lobby decorations and make them look high end, how to design a table that goes along with the tree and the decorations that you have inside. So it's a lot of information in a very short period of time. But if you want to upscale your own decorating, or if you want to get into the business, you'll learn a lot from Heather.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I know we've talked with Heather quite a bit, and she is definitely very knowledgeable and does great with interiors. And a lot of times when her and Stacy are talking, it sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to me because I'm telling you, I'm so horrible. So, you'll probably see me in a couple of those classes as well. I mean, I've learned a lot from Stacy, but you can never learn too much. Um, and then you said she's doing 12 hours, so probably four classes a day, um, Thursday, Friday, Saturday then.
That is correct. Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, the Hobby Lobby stuff sounds cool. Fun fact, I've never been to Hobby Lobby in my life. So,
Oh, jeez.
Oh my
yeah,
God. And you're
yeah.
admitting that in public?
Yeah, I'm an honest dude. So Hobby Lobby, I've heard about it. I've seen it on Facebook, but I've actually never been. So if anybody watching has never been to Hobby Lobby, raise your hand in the comments or something, just so I know I'm not alone. I'm not an interior guy. I'm a, uh, outdoor residential guy, commercial through and through. Stacy, on the other hand, I mean, if you even look at the background behind my camera, I've got a, you know,
Hmm.
my good enough diploma and cowboy hat and a couple other things. So I'm not an interior designer. So you'll probably catch me at a couple of those classes with Heather just so I can, my house is, I have the typical installer house. I get my lights up last in my interior. Luckily my mom comes over and she decorates. Otherwise the interior of my house would not be decorated. So other than the tree, but
I'm betting that Heather's going to be able to teach you how to make a bow, Patrick.
I yes, I'm sure Heather could teach me how to make a bow. Um, and I will hopefully be in that class as long as it doesn't clash with any of the ones that I'm teaching or Stacy, because one of us has to be in the booth. So we might just have to put one of those signs like we'll be back in an hour and hang it on this Santa that we're bringing, and
And
or put a
add
put
to
a
the
ring.
sign video at 11.
Right. Yeah, I'll just put a ring I'll just take my ring doorbell off my house and put it in our booth so we can go see Heather and do some of these classes. So
There you go.
Stacy, you're muted.
I'm just talking to myself over here. So I got
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got this posted on the world stage of Facebook now. So I reposted everything to the groups and different pages. So now everybody can be watching us. Unfortunately, it was stuck to only posting to my friends for some reason. I don't know why. But with that being said, it's really super exciting what you guys were talking about because I know that we have the Lightorama training that's before the pre-show. And then there's a lot of classes for that, which Patrick was talking about, the X lights. And that's a whole different type of animated lighting that a lot of people aren't even aware they can use in their Christmas business, which is so exciting. And then we have the interior design that Heather's doing all those classes for that, which is amazing. And I've been reaching out to a bunch of like online influencers saying, hey, you guys coming to Heather's class? Are you coming to the expo? I'm just trying to reach out to more people who are in this industry that don't even know it's happening, right? So Christmas Expo is happening. And so people who don't know about it, it's the place to go, right? It's the place to go. After all those classes happen, Thursday happens. So what we're doing at Red Sleigh Workshop is corresponding at the same time with with certified lights classes, as well as some special guest speakers as well for residential Christmas through certified lights, and also the Spanish speaking classes. So on Thursday, we kick off with the keynote for the expo, right? Everyone's going to that, I believe. Joyce, is that right? That's the first thing that happens Thursday morning.
That is correct. And we
keynote.
just announced today that Jason Woodward from Christmas Designers is our keynote speaker this year.
Wow, that's
Amazing.
huge. That is huge.
Jason
Yeah.
is such a good speaker. I mean, he does so well. We've had him at our commercial Christmas training here in San
Yeah, he
Antonio.
was at our Slay this season training this year. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. He's such a good guy, and Christmas designers, we love working with them. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm excited to hear that.
He also is teaching a class in our commercial track for us as well. So if you sign up for our commercial training classes, you'll get a class with him one-on-one, and get a whole Q&A with him just one-on-one, which is definitely worth it. That's worth the $425 for all 10 classes to begin with, just to get a one-on-one with Jason. But
100%.
so we have the keynote, which is Jason. Awesome. So excited about that. Everyone comes together before breaking into like the specialized tracks. So if you're new in the industry, if you are looking to grow your residential site or learn about how to become a residential installer, that's where Certified Lights comes in for the residential lighting business foundations. Open up the Thursday morning classes. Simultaneously, Red Sleigh Workshop has Commercial Christmas Blueprint, and that's going to be talking about just what does it look like for commercial Christmas? What is the blueprint, right? That's a lot of people just wonder, am I even able to do it? Am I even qualified for commercial Christmas? And I'll say not everyone's qualified, but everyone can definitely find out if they are, if you come to the class and see, right? Some people that have taken our in-person training have came back and said, yeah, that was great. We learned so much and we're so implementing these things, but maybe not for us this year. We're going to wait a little longer and add this into our next year's coming up, because once they learned all the things involved with commercial Christmas, it was kind of big for some people. But we're going to teach you the blueprint. We're going to talk about what does this look like, right, from start to finish. And then the Spanish track starts out with the fundamentals of lighting, right? So that helps our Spanish speaking installers build these successful lighting businesses. So it's not just about it's going to be about safety and all those things, but it's not just about that. It's about how do you even start this business if you're a Spanish speaking person. So that's just super helpful. And throughout the day, the classes change, right? But simultaneously, all these classes are happening at the same time in different rooms. And then there's also a free classroom, right? So for classes that are not on the track. So if you're looking to just learn things and you're not buying one of these tracks, you can come into these free classes. So do you want to talk a little bit about that, Joyce?
Sure. That does require an expo pass, but anybody who's thinking about getting into the business, this is the place to learn whether it's for you or not. The background information that you and Certified Lights are going to present in those classes is going to be invaluable for making that decision for people going forward.
Yes, definitely. Then we have time slots as well. If you purchase a track for either the residential installation or the commercial Christmas track, there are breaks planned in for lunch and for time to go into the vendor hall, right? Because the expo hall opens Thursday, and we want to make sure that although you're taking all these classes and getting this really valuable information to grow your business, that you also have time to meet all the vendors that are there, because that's one of the reasons you're coming, right? And I didn't want to have everything back to back where you couldn't go and meet with people. So we want to make sure you have time for that too. So once the vendor hall opens, then everyone gets to meet the manufacturers, see the products up close. Patrick mentioned this giant giant Santa at our booth is going to be there along with some other fun stuff at the Red Sleigh Workshop booth. So that's going to be happening too. And Certified Lights has a safety class. The Spanish speaking class is talking about how to start a business, which is amazing, right? Um, and then Friday, the classes start again, right? Oh, Thursday, though, we have a special guest speaker. You guys were on his show. Was that yesterday? Jason Guyman.
Jason Guyman, that's right.
Jason Guyman. Jason Guyman is speaking on the residential track. So if you get a residential Christmas track ticket, he's presenting on Don't Fall. That's very important. It was important for me yesterday. Don't fall, ladder and roof safety for Christmas light installers, because I think like getting home safe is the most important thing for us in this industry, right? We all want to be home to our families. I know that's one thing that I look forward to. Every season is coming home to my kids and being able to take them to these events and projects that we work on and see them light up, right? And say, mommy had something to do with that. But Jason Guyman is going to talk about safety. It's so important. And if you guys aren't following him on YouTube, you got to get on there and look up Jason Guyman, follow him on there. He's got so many, he goes live every day. I think he puts a new video up about Christmas lights, very enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of Thursday, Red Sleigh Workshop's talking about municipal contracts. So I know some of you guys watching are always wondering, like, what about RFPs, requests for proposals? What about municipal contracts? How do we work with the city? Well, I've worked with thousands of cities in the last 2 decades of being in the commercial industry. So I'm here to help you just navigate through that and give you some information to make you more confident on moving forward in even getting in front of these municipalities or getting on those RFP lists, or how do you even do that? Or do you even want to do that? Like, all those things are things we're going to talk about at the end of day Thursday. So, Michael, you want to talk a little
Like
about
a lot of stuff that's going on.
so
Looking
much
forward to it. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about
way too much?
You're speaking as well, right? So, what are your
Yes.
classes about? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm going to be doing a class on alternatives to FM, highlighting the Tune 2 app, which is going to be open to pretty much everyone, including the installers. They can go there because they can use the Tune 2 app to provide a value add and also an upsell to their customers using the Tune 2 app, and they can learn all about that at the class. I'm also going to be doing a class on FCC and music licensing and how to not get sued, which is going to be a class that is going to be for commercial people and residential people that play music or use an FM transmitter to transmit audio and stuff like that. And then finally, I'm going to do one on basically community relations and how to work with your community and charities and such to where you don't get the Grinch from your HOA or your city to shut down your show. That's a little bit more geared towards residential DIY market, but anyone's welcome to join that class. It's a really interesting class out there.
I always mute myself. So I wanted to show your website real quick for your Tune 2, right? And so you can tell us a little bit more about what that is.
Yeah, let's
it's tune2.app, right?
Yeah, I can share my screen, or you can share it.
Oh, I'm on here.
Oh, you're on there. Go for it.
Let me see if I can get the right screen though. Hold on. Share the right screen as a background. Go. All right. There we go. Oh, it's just showing me.
Yeah, there we go. That's the website. So
okay.
Yeah, this website basically just tells tells you what the app is all about. It allows you to demo it and download it. If you clicked on the Listen Now button there, you can download the app and take a look at how it is. And we have a demo show up. And then if you want to use it, there is setup and download instructions on how to do it. You can try it. It's free for residential. We charge for commercial use, which you just contact us and we'll quote you on a per project basis or a per license basis on that. So there it is.
So in really simple terms, why is this necessary in our industry now, where
Well,
it may not have been
yeah,
10 years ago?
yeah. So for one, the FCC rules have changed a lot, and it is now a huge fine. It's over $2 million fine if you are violating what's called Part 15 of the FCC rules with a short range FM transmitter, which means if you're buying one of those little FM transmitters off of Amazon and you're broadcasting more than typically 300 feet, that signal can go more than 300 feet, you're in violation of Part 15 rules of the FCC. It's a federal crime, and there's penalties, and it's up to $2 million. That's one thing. The second thing is that FM in your traditional FM radio are not getting installed in cars anymore. We have HD radio being installed in cars. And that automatically puts in a delay up to 8 seconds. So if you have a synchronized show that's choreographed to music, it could be 8 seconds off. It doesn't give the guest a very good
And
experience
8 seconds
with
is like
that.
a lifetime
Yeah,
when
eight
you're in
seconds
the car.
is a super long time. Yeah, it
So
is.
long.
Yeah. And then we also now we have Teslas that don't even come with radios anymore. So some Teslas out there, they come up to your show and you're only having FM or you're a drive-through show. Yeah, they're not going to listen to your music. So you use the TuneTo app, which is a very easy, quick download for your guests to download. It's free for them to download. We don't have any advertising, no any banners, there's no registration. It's just free. They download it, they go right to your show, and they can listen to the audio on there. And we also take care of all the music licensing in one low cost license fee. So all the music licensing, any licensing you want in the United States, we take care of it all from the top PROs there. And this year we are going to be in also 35 other countries around the world and take care of the music licensing for that as well.
Wow. Patrick, any questions about that?
No, Michael is really, really good at what he does. He's really good at explaining it. So, no, yeah, we're excited to have him teaching. I mean, the biggest thing for me is, you go to these shows. We went to some with him last year, and you go across the highway and you can go almost half a mile and still pick up some of these FM transmitters. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh yeah, we
you know,
tested that.
yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
tested it. So,
I forgot about that.
um, so yeah,
Our
so
road trip.
the Tune2 technology just it's a better, like say there's no delay, which I couldn't even imagine an 8 second delay. But also, that $2 million fine is, enough for anybody's ears to perk up and go, what? $2 million? I mean, so yeah, definitely go check out the Tune2 technology and go to his class and go to his website and just learn as much as you can. If you're utilizing FM transmitters, the Tune2 is just such a better way to go. And yeah, so.
And so thank you. That's awesome. I mean, it's information that, you know, I didn't know about it. I wouldn't even thought about it until you explained it to us. So
So you get someone knocking at your door with a little slip saying, "Oh, let's see how much we're gonna fine you this year."
Yeah, exactly. That's right, Patrick.
so wild. So Patrick had talked about projection mapping being part of the training. Where you have a couple classes, you're doing one for, I think, just residential projection mapping, and then you're actually doing three. You're doing one for residential, commercial, and then you're doing one for like the entire group, I believe. So I think so. I look at the
Yeah.
schedule again, but I believe there's three. And part of that is you mentioned a LumaBot. So we have a LumaBot coming into town, into San Antonio, Texas, tomorrow.
Is it
Tonight
tomorrow
they're
night,
in
right?
tonight they're in Denton, Texas. They're going to be going live tonight from Denton. We're part of the road trip. The Illuma Beast tour is happening, and I'm going to be at the Green Dance Hall in Green, Texas tomorrow night to meet Ross and the team over there at IllumaBot to shoot on that dance hall. The 4th of July event, really cool marketing campaign for them. But if you follow us, if you don't follow us on Instagram or on Facebook or TikTok, you need to do that now. Red Sleigh Workshop, just like it sounds, Red Sleigh Workshop, because I'm going to be doing a live video from that event. IllumaBot will as well, but of course, Red Sleigh Workshop's going to be having an exclusive event there, along with our sister company, Monarch Projections. So we're going to have those going live to see that product in action, so you can actually show, especially in the commercial space, how amazing and how the technology has changed to make it accessible to all of us to do this for our clients, right? And especially not just the commercial side, that's huge, but the residential side, adding this as an add-on to your existing residential clients. Patrick, you want to talk about that a little bit? You being with Monarch Projection and putting that pricing together and going to the training and all that. Like, talk a little bit about that for our listeners.
Yeah, I mean, we love all the stuff that we think is going to change the industry, and the projection mapping with IllumaBot technology is really, you're setting a projector outside of your house, and it's an investment. Before, you would need someone who can program the whole thing. You need a $15,000 projector. Now it's under $10,000. I mean, it's really under $8,000, and you will never need to decorate the front of your house again. um, you take a projector, it shines on the front of your house, and then you use AI to generate either static images or videos, and you can create, however long of a show you want to do. And then, so here we go. So this is the Lumabot, their beast. And so they have a Cybertruck that they have a 20,000 lumen projector on a turret. And so they're driving around projecting 31 cities in 31 days. They called us up. We found, um, got a hold of some people at Green Dance Hall, which is the oldest dance hall in Texas. So we set it all up. This is them in Louisiana, I believe, this video. And so they're projecting on a courthouse in Louisiana. And I mean, just it's amazing the images and how clear it is. So you can actually rent the Beast for commercial or residential if someone, has some deep pockets. Um, to be able to do this type of projection mapping on whatever buildings you want to do it on. But as far as residential goes, um, people can either lease the setup for the holidays, for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, or we have an option where they can purchase a system. You go, you get it all set up, and they purchase packages, whether they want to do the technology themselves or you're the expert, so you can come in and once a month go out there, or special occasions go out there and add new content to their Lumabot, um, or the app is where everything's done. So and then as far as commercial goes, there's so many opportunities for advertising, for nighttime visibility, bringing traffic. During the winter it gets darker earlier, so it's a little easier out here in Texas. In the summer it doesn't get dark till 9. Most stores are closed after 9. So but still, you can project a bunch of stuff. People driving by, they see it, they take pictures of it, get exposure, get social media um, exposure. People are going to be tagging your stores, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to talk about it, all three. I didn't know I was doing 3 classes, but I'm uh I'm excited. I love talking about the Lumabot and the projection mapping. We know there's a couple other um products out there that do projection mapping, but for us, we have a great relationship with Lumabot, and they're such a great company that we're gonna be highlighting them. A, because the ease of it. Um it's so easy even the corner pinning. Anybody that knows anything about projection mapping, you get it all set up, but then you gotta go through and make sure it's perfectly on the building. And they have some technology that does it like 99% for you most of the time. So, um, yeah, I'm excited. We've been working with them for almost a year. It's weird. It's only been a year, but I mean, we talk with them and we work with them so much it feels like it's been a couple years. So, yeah.
Yeah, something too with the Illuma Beast that's coming. It's coming here to Green, Texas, to San Antonio tomorrow night. But if you're listening and you are an installer and you want the Beast to come to your town, they're doing a tour, right? They're looking for cities to go to and places to go to. So if you have a client in another state or somewhere else along their tour that you think would be a great place to do it, whether it's a city hall or a shopping center or anywhere that you would think would be a great place to project it, you can go on their website where I just was at I put it in the chat, but it's illumabot.ai and you just click on Illuma Beast tour and then it says bring the beast to your city and you fill that out. They get that directly and then they will review it to see if they can come to your city and it's completely free. Right, they're going to do that completely free. So it's free advertising. And it also gives you a chance to see all of it in action and bring more, just more people to your area. So if you are interested in that, that's something you can do now, but it's only for this month. So we have 30 more days after today. So if you're not on their route, I know they're going to New Mexico after they leave us tomorrow. So if you're on the West Coast, that's where they're going to be on that side after tomorrow. So then they're going back across to the other side.
Yeah, they've
So
got 29 more days after today, just because there's only 30 days in July.
oh,
But they have actually
knows
announced
what
the
I
first.
know.
Yeah. So they just announced the first five stops. We are the second stop tomorrow night. So yeah, definitely go check them out if you think you have a cool place and it's, works within their logistics. I know they got a couple spots available. They want to do one every single day, 30 cities in 30 days. Um, where's the 31? Hold on.
There's
Let me.
31 days in
There she
July.
is. Joyce
Oh,
made it in
there
Joyce
she
here.
is.
made it.
Yeah.
We
So
Yes.
yeah,
see you now. Hi.
there is
He
30
I've
more days.
exists.
So I
been
thought,
playing
He
with buttons for
exists.
the last 20 minutes. I found something.
yeah, so they do have five of the 31 days. So or they just announced the first five of the 31. So I know they have a couple available. And if it works out with their schedule for what they've got scheduled already, they'd be more than happy to come to your city and bring the Illuma Beast and do some amazing projection mapping. But yeah.
So
Patrick,
that's
I'm sorry, Stacy.
go
Didn't
ahead, you
mean to
go.
interrupt.
I can talk all day.
I was quite surprised with how big Texas was that they didn't book more time here in Texas. I was quite surprised. Like there's a lot of small communities in Texas that have amazing buildings that they could, you know,
Yeah, I think the
project
reason
on.
is they're reaching out to installers to kind of help them out and get them, um, help them get areas, and people are sending requests in, and
Fill in the
the
request and put our name in there. Say Stacy sent me, and then they'll look at it quicker.
but I mean the amount of people that know about Illumibot, it's not widely known. Like the company, I mean they're growing exponentially every day. Every show they go to,
Hmm.
they gain so many followers. So I think it's the lack of people knowing about them. So
Got it.
when they called us, we were like, heck yeah. And then even us, we reached out to 4 or 5 different places around San Antonio, and Green Hall was the first one to really commit to it. So, people don't know what it is. Luckily in San Antonio, there's a church down here in downtown that does a projection mapping, I mean, it's a huge church and they do a projection mapping show every night. So people kind of know what it is. Like when you mention the cathedral, they go, "Oh, is that what that is?" You go, "Yeah, we want to do that." So it kind of helps out where most people just think, "Oh, do you say projection mapping? Well, what's that?" Well, when you go to theme parks and stuff and they're projecting, oh, okay. But it doesn't really click. Um, so yeah, so they're going to be in Denton tonight and then coming down here, and then they're going to be in El Paso Friday, and then they're going to be in New
I
Mexico
saw that. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, I think it was just they're doing 3 stops in Texas, and then just I don't know what their full schedule is. They're kind of keeping that under wraps. So we were just happy to be able to help out, get them to a historic building here in Texas, the oldest dance hall in Texas. That's got so much history to it, and so yeah, we're
That's
excited.
great. Awesome.
Yeah, so fill out the Illuma Beast form online. and tell them where you want them to go. And then, yeah, I mean, they may come back through Texas. They got to go to other states. So you never
Yep.
know. You could be day like
Great.
25 or something if you, you want to come back to Austin
All
area.
right. Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Michael, tell us a little bit about, I know that you're like on the, you're like, you have your like finger on the pulse of our industry, right? So like, what do you think is a new, like what should people be paying attention to in the trends this year? What do you think? Just,
Well, I think first and foremost, AI is huge. Not necessarily from a direct installer, but from a business side of it. There's just so many things that you can do with AI to help with marketing, social media, business operations, and so on and so forth. So that would be the first thing. The second thing is I think that permanent lighting is definitely taking off. Projection mapping is definitely taking off. That's one of the new hot items. So kudos to Patrick and you guys doing what you're doing and bringing a Lumbot, bringing them in here and having them also, do the training on them for them at Expo. That's good. And then I just see more and more installers just going to these synchronized light shows. I I mean it. Everyone looks at them on TV or on social media, and I just really think there's a trend to move more towards a choreographed light show that has RGB pixels and such. So I think that's just continuing to move more and more. And
And
so
it's
I
getting
think that's huge for installers. It's a new revenue
and it's getting a lot easier
form.
too.
Oh, definitely getting a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely getting a lot easier.
you know, that's one thing that I've learned in the last year is, you see these displays and you're like, man, that's got to be a headache. But a couple companies that we've talked with, it's, you can pretty much design a system and they ship it straight to you for you to install on someone's house, and it's
Hmm.
all numbered,
right.
lettered, it's all done for you. And
Yep.
so that was my thing. I was like, man, that's awesome. You can, before I used to have a buddy, I mean, this was 15, 16 years ago, and he used to do this stuff and he would be on his computer, programming the music. They had to have an extra meter installed at their house, a power meter, just
Yep.
for the show that they would do. And it was just like, wow, that's, to me, that was nuts.
Hmm.
But now it's just so much easier. And I think that's everything in the industry with technology, with AI, and everyone's going towards the ease of installation. So with the X lights and stuff like that, it's so much easier than it used to be. That it's has a broader installation aspect for pretty much everybody.
Yep.
So I'm not going to
Exactly.
say for everybody, but pretty much everybody. So
Yep.
there are a couple things you need to understand, um, but yeah, I just wanted to add that real quick.
Yep.
Thank you. And Joyce, I'm so glad you're here. And I want to get a question into you before we have to wrap it up.
Sure.
For our hours past, it's come by so quick. It's like we're done. But some of the best relationships I've built in this industry have been at networking events and events like Expo. So I've always believed that like one conversation can turn into, can change your business completely. Right. So the people who maybe haven't signed up or people who aren't ready to commit to coming, like talk a little bit about what that opportunity is for them with what you're building at the Expo, Christmas Expo.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Stacy, we do build in time for networking and vendor relationships to develop in the exhibit hall. So you're not just packed with learning, although there's a lot of that to choose from. But at Christmas Expo over the years, I have seen lifelong friendships form, be cemented because people have been talking to each other just over social media for 2 or 3 years, and then they finally get to meet in person. Business partnerships have formed by meeting at Christmas Expo, and that is so critical to moving the whole industry forward. So You may be standing next to somebody who does DIY, but that exchange of information and the opportunities that you're opened up to by being able to be there in person is just huge. Plus, it's in a hotel environment, so it's much more friendly to everybody. It's not a huge convention center where there's a lot of noise around you and you really can't find somebody if you're looking for them. It really is conducive to making those relationships.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to talk about that real quick. The hotel blocks that we have for this, it's still open, correct? I thought I saw a post about it
Yes.
closing last week, but it's not. So there's still time to get your rooms.
Typically, a hotel will give you a deadline of about 4 weeks out. And then if you beg and plead, they will allow it to go for another week. So our deadline for making the hotel reservations at the 139 per night, which is a really, really good hotel rate in Dallas at that time of year.
Definitely.
So the deadline is Monday, July 6th. So if you're planning to attend, make your reservations before that. Very important.
Got 5 days left.
Right.
well, yeah. I mean, we go to conventions all the time, and yeah, they're fun. The classes are great. You learn a lot, but like Joyce was saying, um, there's a guy, a good buddy of mine, but I only know him from conventions. His name's Jeff. He lives out in Jersey or
Shout
Philadelphia.
out to Jeff.
Yep, Jeff, how you doing, bud? But I only see him at conventions, and he's a residential installer. So, it's not just going there to take the classes, see the new products, all this cool stuff that's coming out. You make great connections at every show. I mean, everyone's so friendly. You're talking to vendors all the time. You're ordering product in the season, and you've talked to your same contact for 5 seasons in a row. Well, go meet him. You know, go have dinner with them. Go, get coffee with them in the morning, and if you want, go get a beer with them at night if that's your thing. But you get to make some really great connections and just get to meet people from all over the industry and other installers. That's another thing. Sometimes during the season, your vendors are so busy that they're like, they get back to you as quick as they can. But if you have another installer's phone number, you can call them and say, hey, I know you'd use this product. It's just a great way to expand your knowledge base and for support as well. Um, and that's my favorite thing about the expos is getting to meet all the installers that we work with. There's so many that we do with Red Sleigh Workshop that we video chat. We do this all the time, but actually getting to hang out with them in person and grab a bite to eat or have a beer or a coffee or whatever. It just takes it to that personable level, which is what I really thrive on.
Thanks, Patrick. So Michael, before we go, what's one piece of advice you'd give someone who wants to grow their holiday business over this next year?
Uh, First and foremost, go to Christmas Expo.
Set you up for
That
that.
would, I would say now is the time to be preparing. Don't prepare in October and November. You want to be preparing now. You're getting ready for inventory. You're checking your existing stock and inventory, running maintenance, handling all your business aspects, your training, making sure that everything is all put together and your inventory is all ready. You have it organized. Don't start organizing when you have clients because you're losing money. You have a certain period of time that you need to install. Um, this goes for anyone, no matter if they're residential or commercial installers. Like now is the time to be preparing for your season and go to
Perfect.
Christmas Expo.
Yes, and we'll see you there for sure.
Of course.
So Patrick, what would you say for anyone who's thinking of, coming to Expo? What would you say is important?
Um, Definitely take some classes. You don't know everything as much as you think you do. There's always a part of your business or your residential display that you can improve on or you can learn something new. If you are in our industry where you're installing residential and or commercial, um, like Michael said, you better be going already. Now's the time to be scheduling installs to be doing inventory. That's a big one. A lot of people, you can get better deals on product now than you can in August or September. So knowing your business, knowing your numbers, just taking advantage of all the classes that we have. Stacy and Ashley from Certified Lights have really put a lot of work into the classes that we're doing to benefit everybody for residential, commercial, and even the free classes. So for the DIY and all that kind of stuff. So just take advantage of it. Go talk to the vendors. They're there to talk to you. I see at trade shows so much people will walk by and be like, "Oh, I don't want to bother them." We want you to bother us. We want you to come ask a question. Um, you know, there's no dumb question. We might give you a hard time if it's kind of a silly question, but we want to talk to you. We want to build those relationships. So go talk to the vendors, go ask them all the questions, touch, see all the new products that they have, and then take advantage of all the classes that are offered.
All right. Thank you so much. And Joyce, finally, again, if someone wants to come to Christmas Expo, how can they register? Where would they go? And what are the dates that that it's happening?
The website is christmasexpo.com. The registration links are right on the homepage for all of the different activities that are going on. The pre-show intensives are July 20 through 22, and Christmas Expo is July 23 through 25. We are updating the website almost daily. Watch our Facebook page, Christmas Expo Community. And also, if you have any questions at all, use the contact us form on christmasexpo.com. It comes right to my inbox. I will answer your question or put you in touch with somebody who can answer your question. We just look forward to seeing everybody there.
Thank you so much, Joyce. So thank you, Joyce, Michael, Patrick. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. It's super nice to see you guys. And for people who are still on the fence, if you're serious about growing your business, make sure that you come to where the industry leaders are going to be. This is where we're going to be hanging out at the end of July, right before the season hits, right? It's going to happen. It's coming before we know it. So any final words, you guys, to our listeners? Michael, anything? Final words?
Like I said, go to Christmas Expo. I'm telling you, it's going to be the event, the networking, the education is there. I think most importantly, the networking is kind of priceless out there. To being able to meet the type of people that are going to be there, the instructors that are going to be there. I think is priceless, and you pretty much get it for one low uh, registration compared to what you're really getting there. It's um, pretty price competitive there. It's probably the cheapest around that you're going to get for the type of training and the people that are going to be there, how many days that are there, and have the vendors there. It's what is it? It's 325 and then 425 if you do the commercial workshop. I mean, you can't beat that. That's amazing for the educational tracks that are there and the networking and the people. I mean, you're going to be able to meet and talk with you, Stacy, Patrick, myself, everyone else out there. I mean, look at the keynote speaker that I just heard that we're getting. I mean, that is huge. He is an amazing speaker. He knows a lot about the industry, and he's going to give a lot of industry insight. I'm hoping in that keynote speech of his, he was very vocal last year about the tariffs and questions. Why can't we make Christmas lights in America? And so looking forward to that keynote speech.
Yes, me too. Thank you. So Joyce, any final words for our viewers?
Echoing what Michael said, I am proud to be able to offer an event that is so cost effective for the opportunities that are available. The classes, the networking, the stellar instructors that we're going to have. You cannot touch this kind of education and opportunity anywhere else at that price.
All right. And last but not least, Mr. Patrick.
So one thing, I just got a 3D printer and I'm having so much fun with it. So I didn't tell Stacy or anybody this, but I am going to be 3D printing some stuff for our booth. So if you come by our booth and mention Slay the Season Live with Joyce and Michael, there's going to be a free gift waiting for you. Personally, printed by me, not me, by my 3D printer. So if you want it, you got to come by the booth. We'll have them there. Um, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like they said, it's competitively priced. Our 2 day in-person training is $3,000. So
Right.
um I mean it includes a lot, it includes your hotel, your food, all that great stuff. But still, I mean it's such a great price to learn for what you're going to be learning. But yeah, come by our booth, come to Christmas Expo #1. Even if you don't want to come by our booth, we would love to have you and to talk to you. But mention Slay the Season Live. You're going to get a cool 3D printed item that I'm going to be doing over the next couple weeks. And then yeah, Joyce, Michael, I can't wait to see you guys. Stacy, I see her all the time. So
All the time. So it
but
was a pleasure having you all here. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who's tuned in. If you're tuning in after this is live, please put your questions in the chat. We'll still answer them. Thank you for sharing. I know we had one guy on here with 2 years. Congratulations, you made it through the first year of Christmas. You need 3 more under your belt because they say after 5 years you won't do anything else but Christmas. So we'll see how you do. And if today's conversation inspired you, please share this video with another decorator, installer, or business owner that may benefit from it. If you're serious about growing your business, learning from these industry leaders, discovering these new products, building relationships that will open those doors. We already heard it from Joyce. These business partnerships grow. Christmas Expo is definitely the place to be, and we hope to see you all there. And until next time, please keep creating these unforgettable holiday experiences and serving your customers. And let's just slay the season. See you next time.
Thank you.
bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Jacob.
Okay.